Hi, Solomon here. The program is The Money Cafe. Thank you for joining me. On the program today, I'll be sharing thoughts with you on how to navigate with your money during a recession. Yeah, that word recession in your face. So, it is official that our country, Nigeria, if you're Nigerian, is in a recession. We have been announced to officially be in a recession, and maybe you need to understand what this means and how you need to do differently. Because one of the things I've noticed around is the fact that people are scared. There's a lot of fear going around. There's a discomfort and unease that comes with the fact that we are supposedly in a recession. And as much as I don't argue with that, I just probably would like to make some things clear and help you understand what it means when we say we're in a recession and what you can do to adjust and probably win in this season. So a recession is when generally the economy isn't doing well. Now you measure that by the gross domestic product, GDP. Actually, economists tell us that when GDP is negative, when there's negative growth in the total production of goods and services in the economy during a certain season, like back to back 2 quarters, a quarter is 3 months. So back to back, quarter 1, quarter 2, or quarter 3, quarter 4, if you have 2 straight quarters of negative GDP, a lack of growth in the total products and services produced in a geographic location, in a milieu, then you say that place or nation or country is in a recession. So a recession is just an indication, the word is indication, an indication that there's been a reduction in the production of goods and services within an economy. A recession is not a situation where there's no money at all. We seem to mix that. Yes, you have other indices that say to you that unemployment is high, inflation is high, you have the interest rates also flying up the roof. So yes, you have indices that help you think and realize that maybe things are not as bubbly as they should be. If you've heard me teach before, you realize that I've often said that economics and economies of the world go in circles. So there is a boom period, there is a bust period, or what is now described as a recession, and these things happen. That's just what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, hey, we've not had a fantastic economy in the last 5 years. So why are we making it look like, that's why I keep going on sarcastically, officially announced a recession. Hey, we've been recessed a long time. For example, the city where I'm talking to you from right now, Yanagwa, there's a season, which this was sometime in 2016 into 2017. In fact, in 2016, we were in a recession, and by 2017, quarter 2, we got out of it because, again, there was this indication. I keep saying the word, this indication that there was a growth by quarter 2 in 2017. So if in 2020 we have gone 2 straight quarters of no growth, it's just probably nothing new per se. Those of us who lived well and well off during the 2016-2017 event are still the same guys who are here, so it means that you can deal appropriately. So what's causing the recession? Of course, the big one, Corona showed up, and there were lots of lockdowns. By the way, Nigeria is not the only country experiencing this dire economic situations. It seems to be like a global phenomenon of some sort. So it's really nothing new. It's nothing to be bothered about. Also, you need to also realize that it's something that you've lived with before and you can live with again and again, because economies go into depression, recession, early recession, late recession, early recovery, and a boom of some sort. So if you understand that these circles must occur, then you realize that, there's nothing that you want to be perturbed or particular about. So Corona showed up. We closed shops, a lot of companies were shut down, a lot of businesses did not go on for some countries several months on ending. As I speak to you now, there's a lockdown of some sort in the UK. So this would always slow down the economies of the world, and so it is understandable. Having said that, you should also understand for Nigeria, for example, we've also not done well in terms of oil revenues. Most of our revenues as a country comes from oil. And so one major second reason why we are experiencing a recession is that we've not made so much money from oil, which is clear. So these are the issues that you want to look at when thinking about a recession. But for you, what should you do? In investing, particularly, I would just tell you to focus on essentials. So essentials are goods and services that you must use whether or not an economy is in a boom or is in a recession, or like they call it, is in a bust. There are some things that must happen that you must use. You must eat food. You may not spend a lot of money on luxuries, on tourism, on flying around. Those are non-essentials. But you see, essentials such as food, essentials such as certain supplies, toiletries, and fast-moving consumer goods, you would need all this. So these essentials are the places where you want to send your money into. Boom or bust, people still make phone calls. Some of these things are things that you live with every day in and out. So two quick industries that I would ask you to look at, especially in terms of essentials. Look out for fast-moving consumer goods that you need, soaps, toiletries, and all of other things that you still use. The things that people will consider as essential as they would not do without. So you also need to look at agriculture, food. Everything in the food chain this season is going to be good for you. Understand, like I always say before now, every investing is you putting money into a business that produces goods and services. Now, the goods and services that you want to invest into, which is where your money goes into, are the ones that are playing the game. Put your money in agriculture. Everything in the food chain this season would work for you. Also think telecoms. So these are other essentials that comes to mind. Okay, we'll make phone calls all of the times. Essentials also would mean power. Okay, energy, everything energy. So we use electricity this season. We use electricity this season. You're talking oil and gas if possible. Then another place where you want to focus on this time is in your personal development. Guys, there's a lot of noise going on around town now in the name of investing. Several Ponzi schemes are all up in your face, and they're advertising great rates and all. Even the guys who claim to do agriculture, please do your due diligence. It's important that you check well. So in this season, especially during these times of recession, some things are things you can't do without. You must eat, you must sleep somewhere. Real estate is not a great place this season. I hate to say, but except in very rare situations, nobody's going to be moving houses so much about this time. Everybody's going to be hoarding what they have, and they'll be spending on essentials. And so food is good, agriculture is good. We will use fuel, whether recession or not. There's going to be need for energy. There's going to be need for oil. In terms of petrol, diesel, kerosene, gas. These things are all going to be lucrative this season. Agriculture is good. Telecoms is also fantastic during times like this. Everything that is essential. Then you also want to spend money learning about how money works, personal development, getting books that encourage you, that teach you, that instruct you on the moves to make with your money. Great stuff. Avoid businesses that you don't know what they're doing. If a thing is high sounding and if it sounds too good to be true, it's absolutely too good to be true. So check your risk appetite. Don't try to solve all of your problems instantly. It will take some time. It's been Solomon. It's been the Money Cafe, and we'll be talking about navigating monetarily during this recession. I'll see you again soon. Like the video, share it, talk to somebody about it, ask me questions, let's interact.